gorgeous. It's a Strawberry Sundae Patio Hydrangea tree. For an amazing sale price, saves you $11 off of the QVC price. This was new last month, and you're looking at free shipping and handling, an easy payment of $23. An elegant tree with those large, puffy hydrangea flowers that will change color to give you that Strawberry Sundae effect. Wow, is this beautiful. M132502 is your item number. And you can go ahead and give us a call to place your order, 800-500-7590. Alan, hydrangeas, some of my all-time favorites. And this, that Strawberry Sundae, I just can't even believe how gorgeous it is.
I know, so beautiful, so interesting. Beautiful white flowers, you know, that turn to pink. So it's just, it's so elegant and beautiful, and it's a tree form.
Yes.
So typically hydrangeas form as shrubs. They grow as shrubs, so it's multi-stems and just a mound on the ground. We have some horticultural artisans that actually train plants. So this was trained as a tree form. This is probably about 2 or 3 years old and is trained to grow upright. So anytime you train a plant, it's called topiary.
Okay.
So, you know, you can train it as an animal, you can train it as a shape. This is what we call a lollipop shape or a standard shape. So it would be a ball of foliage and flowers on a stick.
Wow. That's amazing. Do I need to stake it when I get home?
You do. It's a good idea because it's going to have a canopy and then a long stick, so it's going to catch the wind and blow. So it's always a good idea to stake it. And remember, when you're staking, you need to tie the plant to the stake. So tie tightly against the stake, but loosely against the plant.
Got it.
You don't want the string to be tight against the stem and girdle it, what we call it girdling, and it will cut the stem and kill the plant. So always tie tight against the stake and loose against the plant.
Great. And we actually have it here kind of tied.
Oh, yes.
So you can kind of see here as well how you might do that.
And this, if you have this tape, you can use this tape.
Oh,
that
great.
is stretchy. That will be good for a few years, but keep an eye on it because it will grow into the tape and you should take it off after a few years.
Wow. Could I put this in the ground, or is this meant to be in a planter?
You could definitely put it in the ground. It's super hardy, so it'll grow in the ground or over winter in a container.
Okay.
I find that it looks more elegant in a container and it looks taller. So, and then you can actually move it around if you want to. Any place you put it is going to be a focal point.
Wow.
The flowers are amazing. The geometric shape of the circular flower head will draw your eye to wherever it is in your garden.
Yes. And would you say, Alan, would you say this is maybe like a 2 feet across planter?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So that's going to be great for you. Remember, all the info will be in that growing guide as well. Alan, could I trim these and bring these in as cut flowers?
You totally could. They make great cut flowers. You can use them fresh or dried, and they actually attract pollinators as well.
Great.
Now, these plants are actually deer-proof as well. I can vouch for that. I live pretty much in the middle of a field, and the deer use it as a superhighway. And they do not touch the hydrangeas, so this is a safe plant for deer for sure.
Wow. That's beautiful. If it's in your budget and you can pick up more than one, just imagine flanking your front door, on 2 sides of your patio, or just get one, because if you love hydrangeas, this is a wonderful way to celebrate hydrangeas in that beautiful color. And Alan, talk to us about the kind of color morphing that we're going to see.
So yeah, it's an amazing plant. So when the flowers first open, they're a bright white. So the initial flowers are white and fresh, and then as they age, they kind of become two-tone. So this one, you can see it's white on the top, and then it looks like somebody maybe dribbled some strawberry syrup around the bottom. So it's got that two-tone strawberry syrup kind of look, and then eventually they'll fade to a darker pink and just be a really beautiful kind of dark antique pink for the end of the season. And then the flowers will actually turn to this parchment paper color. And they're like paper, and they last the entire season. I still have flowers on my plants here in March that I'm going to have to cut off. So it's a long season of bloom.
They lasted through the winter?
They lasted through the winter, so they're still on the plants.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So here's what that parchment color that Alan is talking about. So you'll have that even through the winter.
Right, and you can bring those in if you'd like. They're already dried, so just bring it in, put it on your mantle. And they're great.
Speaking of putting on your mantle.
Yeah, so gorgeous, great cut flowers.
Oh, is that beautiful? That could be what you have when you bring home the Strawberry Sundae hydrangea tree for $114.98. What a great price. Now, Alan, from what we're going to get to this beautiful blooming plant, about how long will it take? Will I get this in the first year, or will it take a couple years?
It will probably take 2 or 3 years to get to this size because this has some growth on it. Now, I bought one of these from Cottage Farms last year, and I enjoyed it. It had about 8 blooms on it. So it will bloom this year. You'll get it home and it will bloom. And these are easier to bloom than a lot of other hydrangeas. Sometimes people who grow the blue hydrangeas that are blue and pink, these are only pink, not blue, they have trouble getting the plants to bloom. But
I see.
These hydrangeas bloom on new growth. So
Okay.
anything that comes out, like all these branches that are coming out now, they will have flower buds on them. So unless you cut them off yourself, they're going to bloom for you this year.
Oh, that's great. So you won't have the exact height that you're seeing here, but you will get blooms, and then year after year, you will just see this tree flourish.
Right, exactly.
And is this the same fertilizer that we've been talking about?
This is actually a little different.
Okay.
So again, this is the NPK plus with all the nutrients that your plant needs, but it actually is for acid-loving plants. Hydrangeas like kind of acid conditions. So this is specially formulated for that. Again, you'll get 50 packs. So if you have azaleas, gardenias, hollies, you can use this on those plants as well because they like acid. So you can use it on a bunch of other plants, not just the hydrangea.
Oh, that's great. So if you need the fertilizer for kind of your acid-loving plants, I would pick that one up. How about sun or shade?
In the north, it appreciates full sun.
Oh, great.
But in the southern states, you need to give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun. It can take morning light, it can take afternoon light, but it really can't tolerate the beating down of the noonday sun in the deep, deep south.
Got it. Okay, great. So in the north, full sun's going to be fine.
So full sun 6 hours a day in more mild climates, and it's super cold hardy and heat hardy, so it's easy to grow.
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, look at this.
So beautiful.
Look at that beautiful deep pink that you're seeing and the number of blooms there. Now, again, it's probably going to take a couple years to get to that point, but this is a perennial, so it's just a one-time investment, and this makes a statement in your home.
It really does. Like I said, wherever you put it, it's going to draw your eye. Like white is stunning and the pink is stunning. You could actually plant some of the Shasta daisies under it and have a white on white theme.
Oh, I love that idea.
And then some other plants we're looking at later for a pink theme. So kind of monochromatic things going on if we'd like to do that.
And could you plant the daisies in the same planter?
Yes, or you could plant them in pots around the same planter. So.
Oh, I love that idea. This is a wonderful opportunity on a sale price to bring home this trained to grow upright Strawberry Sundae hydrangea tree. Your free shipping and handling means that this comes right to your door, and it's going to be nice and protected and safe, so don't worry. And Alan, we have our growing guide for this as well?
We do. So everything you need to know will be in the growing guide.
Oh,
you don't need to remember everything we're saying. I know we're saying a lot. So it's all in here, how to plant it, how to unbox it. It will tell you when it arrives to take it out of the box immediately and make sure it hasn't dried out, give it a good drink, and then wean it off into the bright sunshine. You don't want to put it in bright sunshine immediately. You want to give it some bright indirect light for a few days, and then you can put it in the sun and plant it in the ground. But everything's in here, so it's foolproof. You can just get this and follow this guide, and it'll be easy.
We have only 900 remaining for the season. This is so special. My dad is a gardener, and he's going to come. I just bought a house, so I have a yard for the first time. Thank you. And I'm trying to now learn how to be a gardener. So my dad's going to come in April to help me a little bit. He lives in New Hampshire.
Oh, nice.
And he said, all right, you've got to get at least a hydrangea or two. So this might be the one.
There you go.
And I can say, Dad, I got one. We don't have to worry. We don't have to go to the garden store. We don't have to lug it home. We don't have to find the right one. We don't have to pay an arm and a leg. We've got a sale price on a beautiful, gorgeous, color-changing hydrangea tree. So give us a call, 800-500-7590 to place your order. It's new, it's really special, and it comes to us from Cottage Farms. The Strawberry Sundae Patio Hydrangea Tree. And today it's an $11 savings.